And we begin.
Hi.
Hey everybody, this is Vibrating Sheep, still in Tokyo for a few more days. DJ, you're still basically like physiologically in Tokyo, right? Is that what you said?
Yeah, pretty much. Except I don't. I'm not up at like 5 a.m. like I normally would be when I'm in Tokyo.
Oh man. Yeah, my sleep schedule is very strange at the moment too, because I go to sleep at like 8, I wake up at 1 a.m., then I go back to sleep at around 7 a.m. and then start my day at like 10. It's not something I'd recommend to anybody for more than 1 week. Anyway, here we are. It's October in Granblue Fantasy. We have a new choreograph. It's a fairly light choreograph, actually. We have new characters to talk about, don't we? We do. So, what else? I missed that, but the new choreograph was like pretty light. Basically, the biggest thing happening this month is a maintenance where if it goes well, you don't notice anything.
That's the best type.
Right. But, this is one of those ones, just like with GB versus Rising. Like, GB versus Rising took them 3 years to rebuild an entire game from the ground up. And, like, other than netcode, they're like, yeah, the shading got better. And it's like, that's difficult to notice unless you actually look at things side by side. But, the whole netcode thing getting better is, it's very important for the health of the game. And it took them 3 years. So with GBF, they have 10 years of tech debt. 10 years of tech debt that they're trying to work out with this. They announced this change in 2021. They've been working on it for 2 years, and they said that it will improve server performance, it'll lighten server load, and it will keep future weird bugs from popping up, and so they can do more with the engine when it's rewritten, as opposed to the 10-year-old engine they've been working on.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever actually even had to deal with close to 10 years of tech debt? It's bad enough with like 1 year of tech debt.
I'm dealing with 2.
It sucks, right?
Yeah.
So, like, the positive thing to take out of this is that they're willing to invest 2 years of developer time to keep this game updatable, which, I saw some hot takes of just like, yeah, they weren't going to, I thought this game was going to be heading into, like, there's doomers for every game all the time.
There's always doomers.
And it's just like, yeah. What are you going to say? Sorry.
There's just always doomers. I hate everybody.
No one hates a game more than people who play it. But the second most people, the second biggest category of hater is people who just hover around waiting for a game to die in order to declare it dead every, 2 months.
Despite a lot of them just say dead anyways.
Anyway.
Anything happens, something's dead. That's just the natural order of those people.
Then, the one that I still find occasionally funny is the ones who see the Grim Reaper coming every time there's a Persona 5 collab specifically. That one I still find funny. Just because it isn't nearly as common. It's pretty common, to be fair. Persona
5 has collab with a lot of things.
It really has. It is one of Atlus's giveaway babies. But anyway,
it's okay. Bandori and GBF survived.
I forgot the Bandori had it. You're right. All right. So what we're gonna do today is we'll do a quick overview of those new characters because I forgot to put that into the agenda because it came and went pretty fast. Let's start with Fantasy Siegfried because
he's one away. He's one away from the Holy Six.
But he's one away from being the first Manbo because right now it's one, isn't it? Is it only Vera? Because Narman needs fire, I think, right?
Correct.
And Zeta needs wind, I think?
Depends on your definitions.
It basically depends on whether or not you consider Vazraga and Zeta to be a Zeta.
Yeah.
Because if you do count the Earth one as a Zeta, then I think she's just missing wind.
Correct.
But anyway, there were people who saw Siegfried's VA going on Granblue TV channel and being like, it's his time. And it's like, well, it's pretty reliably his time every 2 years. They actually point that out on his TV channel appearance, where it's like,
and
yeah,
if you just look at the release dates of every Siegfried,
it's every 2 years. But some people were expecting him to be grand and not fantasy. And so the thing about the Dragon Weeps Before Daybreak is that if you go into his lines, they tell you as much, where it's like, where is it? Siegfried 1. No, not that one. One of them, he's just like, there we go. I'll need one more push. And so
he's got one more in him.
he needs just a little bit more time.
Yeah, they wouldn't make it dark Grand Siegfried, would they?
I do not put anything past them. Although dark,
remember Lancelot and Percival are the respective elements in the Grands.
That's true. The question is how they'll make it a cycle, given that original Vane is also water. I guess that does make sense, though. He can go with his hubby.
I mean, he goes with Lancelot. I see nothing wrong here.
Yeah, you're right. I guess wind would be Lamorak. Light would be Aglavale? Question mark.
Look.
No, light would be Gawain, huh? Light would be Gawain, probably. Anyway, enough speculation.
Light Grand Aglavale.
Fair enough. All right. So, do you think it's 2 years for Grand Siegfried, or do you think it's next year?
I'm going to guess 2 years.
Okay, just to keep the cadence regular?
Yeah.
All right.
Or it could be next year be Grand, and then the following year would be his dark version.
Dark Halloween Siegfried. You know, that doesn't sound so bad, actually.
That'll be another summer. Yeah, 3 summers.
Oh, Jesus. All right. But anyway, so here we have a 30-year-old Siegfried when he's a wild man. And it's really funny to see this kit because he just really, really wants to hit back.
This character is sick.
Character's dope. Because anytime we see these words now, we're instantly invested. Full force counter. That mechanic's dope. But yes.
Does he? Because he only normally counters only once. Draconic Awakening. Never mind.
Yeah, his skill 3 for 5 turns. When he presses skill 3, he gets full force. So
no, it's because normally full force is you use all your counters.
Right.
But because naturally, without Draconic Awakening, he has a one hit counter. But when it's in effect, it has 3.
Ah, okay. Where's that one listed?
Everything triples.
Got it. Yeah, counters with the mag can be removed. Dragon's Pulse's effect is boosted. That's where it is. Okay, so everything's built around this skill 3, right? Where he wants to be in Einsummer Ritter. Is there anything that shortens this cooldown or no?
Heck no.
Okay.
You know what shortens the cooldown? Unity.
I mean, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
So he does not have permanent Einsummer Ritter up. It's up 5 out of 10. And he gets... So his sharp boost to hostility, is it full hostility on him? Or is it just plus a large number?
Plus 50. So
okay.
He has around 67% chance of being targeted in a 4-man party.
Okay. And then he gets armored.
It's 100% for 20% armor.
Which... It's hard to actually see the effect of that because he also caps dark damage during that time.
5k per hit.
Yeah, I guess it matters for when he doesn't take dark damage. Anyway, then he does the 3 counters, you said, while Dragon's Pulse is up? And then,
3 counters.
He gets 3 counters.
So normally Dragon's Pulse, without the Draconic Awakening, it's a 1-hit counter, and he heals for 1k, and he removes 1 debuff. Now triple that.
So he heals for 3k and removes 3 debuffs at the end of every turn.
Yeah.
For those 3 turns. That's fun.
For those 5 turns.
All right. And then the rest of this character, so let's see. Let's go to the other passive. He starts with Undying, so that sharp hostility up won't kill him very quickly, especially since he's got the damage cap on and everything like that. And then whenever he normal attacks, he gets a stack of Lone Dragon's Toll. Does he get it from anything else? He does not.
All right, Lone Dragon Toll. Perpetuity attack, 5% each stack.
So 35.
DA 20% up. TA 10% up.
70.
Normal attack amplified, 3%.
So 21%, okay.
CA damage, 10%. CA damage cap, 5%.
So, yeah. This, and then it's... Does normal attack amp affect counters? Do you remember? Or is counter amp its own thing?
Normal attack should amp counters, I think.
Okay.
But let me double check.
It's hard to remember where they're separated.
It's weird where it separates, yeah. Because, like, certain skills say it affects both.
Yeah, and then he has the other 3 things that dance with Dragon's Toil. So there's... I'm not going to try. His skill 1 is a nuke. It's a stackable attack down, defense down, and it's another heal to himself. So, and then when he reaches Dragon's Toil 7, it auto activates on normal attacks, so he can heal himself for a huge amount every turn.
All right, double checking. I think it
does
only
not
matters to normal attacks because...
Okay, so counter amp is separate.
Yeah.
Got it. And then his CA, when he gets to Dragon's Toil 7, also activates its skill 1. So literally every turn he can be casting skill 1.
Yeah, as long as he's normal attack like 7 times.
Mm-hmm. So the longer the fight goes, except there's ways to cheat him normal attacking.
Yeah, welcome to skill 2.
Welcome to skill 2. It does require him to actually remove a debuff to attack without using a turn. So
you can remove a buff from the enemy.
Yeah, sorry, remove a buff. He does have to actually dispel something. So welcome to Enyo Land as Light, where you're just like, how many buffs can I remove each turn in order to just get this ramped up as quickly as possible? And certain enemies, it's pretty easy to get them to stack buffs on themselves. Other enemies is a little more difficult, like, Luo doesn't buff himself very often, and when he does, it's not dispellable. But, what was it? Lumi Malice, I think, buffs itself a lot. Stuff like that. And you know what always buffs itself a lot? Is Dread Barrage and Unite and Fight bosses. So this guy is going to be going pretty ham for people who have him in Dread Barrage in a week or 2.
Is it only when he uses his skill and removes the buff, or is it whenever anyone removes a buff?
I believe it requires him to actually hit skill 2. Let me look.
Yeah, because the thing is a 7-turn cooldown.
There's a 7-turn cooldown that ends when he CAs, though. So it's a pretty fake cooldown.
Well, yeah, but try and time things together, because it's not like other things where you get it back
every turn. Yeah,
when its foe does something.
True.
So it's
true.
Not gonna be up all like when you really want it sometimes.
True enough. But still pretty fun. Like, this entire kit just looks fun. So I'm in for this. Let's see here. Who was the other character who came out with him again? It was
Catherine.
Sick.
Who was also on Granblue Radio,
Granblue TV channel. Yeah, Catherine over in Wind. I'm sad. The one thing I'm sad about is that unlike her other version, SSR version, her uncap art is not a reference. Like, I was hoping that I would be able to compare her updated art to the what should we call it, Top Gun, but she's looking the wrong way to actually be the Top Gun poster art. It turns out that Maverick is walking away from his plane in the art. I'm like, damn it. But anyway, Catherine's kit, she had a very brief, her Earth Catherine had a very brief time to shine when Beguile was unique. And so you actually could bring her to like Proto Bahamut HL for extra chances for PBHL to skip turns. Then they started making more and more charms not work. So, you know, they tried updating the old Catherine to reflect the new reality, but she fell off. Like, charm just doesn't work as often as it used to. And so then, here we are with Wind Catherine, and she charms again.
Yeah, some things don't change.
Yeah. So
the nice thing is that it's a 5-turn duration on a 5-turn cooldown.
Yeah. So she will, and also she activates it again on Ensnare, or on CA, I mean, Gimlet. Yeah. So what she wants to do is she just wants to start with Charm, upgrade it to Beguile, upgrade it again to, upgrade it to Entice, and upgrade it again to Beguile. There are multiple ways that Wind has to charm people. Most notable is Grand Eliar, who already wants to have charm on everybody at the same time. And so if you have Eliar and you go into Catherine, then you're already starting at level 2. You can also get up to level 3.
It's just funnier because you guys steal the charm from everybody else in the raid. Because it's a local debuff.
Right. And then, let's see here. When somebody has Beguile at the end of the turn, when you're at level 3, your reward is, every turn, she gets a 1-turn cut to her skill 2 cooldown.
Oh, it's more than just that.
Also, the Smoke and Kathy files. So she gets bonus damage against Charm.
10%.
She gets double strike against Beguile.
Entice is 20% and the Beguile is 30%.
Yeah, sorry. But yeah,
and she
double strikes against the level 3. So your reward is pretty high for getting to Beguile. She's getting double strike with, 30% you said? 30%. And at end of every turn, she does a 3-hit nuke. Not every turn. She gets a lowered cooldown on a big nuke that also steals a diamond, boosts her own meter so that she can Gimlet faster, which lets you maintain a snare.
It drains. There's a wind weapon that does something with drain.
Oh, yeah. But if you don't want to do any of these things, you can always just hit hide and cover, and you can send her into the back and give someone like Ray-style mega buffs. So it's like, here's a smoke screen.
All right, what it gives you for the Smokinade. 20% of perpetuity, 30% dodge, 300% bonus wind damage on normal and charge attacks. This is skill damage. 50% defense down.
Yeah, you get defense down, but you also get the suite of the side effects of the stop sign, which is double attack way down, triple attack way down, accuracy down, and then instead of the stop sign, you have blind. So that is the smoke screen. Or you can do the anchor attack, which gives you supplemental damage as a debuff.
30k.
Yeah, the standard number. And then, yeah, it's the same sharp, like the same bonus, right? You do an extra nuke on attack, you get attack up, dodge up, and then your defense lower. It's the same either way.
It's the same one.
So
the defense down and attack down is 50%, though. That's nice.
Yeah. And so, there's 2 different ways to play this character, where you can either want her up front and you just maintain Beguile as much uptime as you can, and she just goes crazy, or it's like, okay, the boss is immune to charm, what do? And you're like, okay, into the back line, time to let somebody else do all the damage.
Yeah, if you like have a good dodger like Randall.
I love how it comes back to Randall a lot, and I don't disagree. You know, Wind UL comes up as well.
His dodge is very good.
Yeah. Wind UL also has very good dodge, and she's gotten a very big upgrade recently, so that's another character that works really well with this. There's just a lot of fun play here.
Yeah, you just gotta make sure that they actually don't get hit, because they are getting smoked otherwise.
Super fun character. I'm looking forward to playing around with this the next time we have a
reason. Now I think about it.
Yeah, but I'm looking forward to playing with that when we get like Wind Dread Barrage or something like that. Although Dread Barrage has been
Something to note about Series Draft. It does 3 hits normally. It goes up to 6 hits with Enticed and 9 hits with Beguile.
9 hits was a lot of hits in the Beak element. I wonder how big those numbers go. It must be pretty good.
35k per hit, so considering normal supplemental from like
Beak
Cat Dagger
and Cat Dagger, yeah,
and then supplemental from Beak, yeah, it's a lot.
Sounds great. All right, so that's it for the characters.
The only downside is that she can't keep Beguile, because she'll have to start a new loop regardless of anything.
But, I mean, Charm and Beguile are allowed to exist at the same time, right?
They are.
Yeah. So, given that she's double striking, it should be pretty easy to get her to CA again to start ensnaring again. So, once she gets going, she rolls fast.
And it's activated ensnare when she's CA, so so it's not going to use up. It's not like it gets off cooldown. It just automatically goes.
Yeah.
So that's really good.
Mm-hmm. So next up we have Tales of Arcarum coming up. That starts in 2 days. 2 days? 1 day? 1 day. 1.5 days. Sorry. It starts tomorrow. And the standard things about Tales of Arcarum apply. We're going to just stock up on a bunch of light stuff.
Angry man, man who cannot die will get his own side story.
Yeah. The surprising thing is that we're going to be getting the uncaps on schedule for the roadmap they gave us, but before we get Hasalia's Tales. So, I mean, I'm fine with that.
I might already have her uncap.
I already am sitting on it myself, so, you know, we just have the reflection of the moon sitting here. But yeah, that one doesn't really need that much introduction. It's just an event that people welcome because you're done with it quickly. You get to just build up a lot of resources that you can use, and then you can do other things.
350.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I'm 3 levels away, 3 ranks away.
Yeah, that thing is a freaking rank machine. I'm going to finish leveling Andre like within the first day of that event. Yeah, he's level 134. Yeah, he's going to be like crushing it. And then what else is there? So we won't talk about that on Cap until it happens. That's on the 16th for both Geisenborger and Hasalia. 3 days after Tales of Arcarum ends, so lots of time to prepare for that.
It'll be Dread Barrage during that time.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Dread Barrage with uncapped Geisenborger. I wonder how ham he'll go. Curious.
I mean, we really already have 2 ways of making him not be able to die as long as the other 2 characters don't die.
Rhea and or Uni.
Yeah.
Yeah. There she is. You know, it's been so long since I clicked on this character portrait, I forgot what she looks like in the character portrait.
Which one?
Razia, the one who gets the uncap on the the 10th, I want to say. 10th or the 13th.
So they haven't actually really missed with any of these uncasts lately, so I'm actually excited.
I'm excited too. Like, the entire concept of this character involved her getting to a 10, but
awesome, you went to 10, now it's a 0.
It resets, and not only that, but it's like your reward was getting a little bit more damage. And it's like, oh. So, yeah, like, she used to get play basically in, like, one-turn teams before Mechanic existed, because she has this very important CA standby button. Well, it used to be an important button. Now it doesn't really do anything.
Yeah.
But, it's interesting timing, to say the least. Like, she's related to a story beat that hasn't been touched on in years, because she's involved with, like, the Zayn, and the Zayn, like, were hit, 3 years ago in main story, and they haven't been really... I guess we've got one new Sophia. We got one new Sophia in that time.
But, like, no one else on that storyline really got anything.
Yeah. It's like her area.
So, there's a lot of things that I still wait for, like finding out if Olivia's going to kill me or not.
So it is pretty funny to me that all of the characters that we've mentioned, the last 3 characters we've mentioned, all, like, have reasonable, like, leaves of absence because of baby. Like, Sakamoto Maya, Olivia, she didn't get voice for a while because, I mean, she's in her 40s and she was pregnant, so it was a high-risk pregnancy, so she suspended activities for a while. Razia's VA just had a baby in March.
Well, the thing is, though, there were many years before that where she still didn't get anything.
Also true. And then Ariet's VA just had her second kid. So, yeah. They're also, once again, they weren't doing anything in GBF with those characters, even when they were available. Because these two, the last 2 that we mentioned, have been active as Cinderella girls for quite a long time. So they had the opportunity and the availability. Just, yeah, they haven't done anything with these characters, so I'm really curious what they do with this.
We still don't do anything with Forte.
Yeah, all right. There's a lot to be done. And let's see here. There was a mild thing to mention about Choreography Recap with, like, let's see here. The other thing that I was going to say that isn't on the schedule is that, so this year they're not having the night party. They've cut a full day off of Granblue Fantasy Fest. There's no night party.
That was a day where I'm supposed to have fun. That's my fun day.
Well, so here's the thing, is that you might actually be forced to have fun, because I don't think we're going to be allowed to camp the stage anymore. It might be the once again the lotto system, like through the app, to get seats for each show. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, like, the designated do all of the things day is now gone. And the concert is sadly gone, but
well, hopefully I win the raffle on getting in early so I can go buy this stuff.
Yes, I agree.
we all lost it last year, by the way.
Yeah, we didn't miss out on that much from well, the big thing to miss out on was time, really.
I mean, I was still in the first wave of getting goods. I didn't have to go leave and come back.
Right. I really want to be there for the 3D concert. I know that it's sometimes actually a better experience online, but, you know, I like being there for the live thing and then being able to compare it to the online experience later.
I mean, online experience is pretty much right next to on the screen next to it.
Yeah, also true. You get to see what YouTube is seeing over to the right or the left, depending.
We can also hit another beach ball.
That one thing surprised me. Like, what the? I think you were the one pointing out the beach balls to me when I was, like, writing, because You've seen me, and my head's down a lot of the time.
You're definitely head down because I'm like, oh, I was looking at if you are doing a backflip.
You having your side M flashbacks right there?
It was sick.
The sick backflips. Anyway, that's it for this week, though. I mean, next week I'll be home for the first time in quite a while. I was talking to friends here, and they're like, "Wait, you mean you haven't moved to Japan?" I'm like, "I got family over at home. I've already missed like multiple soccer games from my niece, and I've got to make it up to her. The good thing is that she's easy to bribe. I got these Pokemon things for her." Anyway,
I literally got back the day after my niece's birthday.
Yeah. So anyway, thanks for joining me, DJ. Next week, it'll be basically us talking about what is it? I don't think we'll have details of the Razia uncap yet, so we'll basically just be talking about what will we even be talking about? We'll be talking about random things.
Yeah.
We'll be talking about the world after the maintenance update. Hopefully it won't be super buggy. They've been working on this for 2 years, but they did warn. It's like, yeah, there's only so much you can test in 2 years before you put it in front of like a 500,000 to 1 million people.
And we will find a lot of things, and then people will complain.
People would complain if the maintenance happened and they didn't notice anything too.
Yes, but if something bad happens, it's way more vocal.
Yeah, you're right. You have worked in this kind of thing way longer than I have. So anyway, thanks for joining me, DJ.
Yeah.
When do you think you're gonna actually get to sleep before 3 a.m. tonight, or are you still just? Oh, geez.
No.
What are you gonna do?
It's okay. I play Payday 3.
Yes, actually. All right. Thanks for joining us, everybody. The new raid blue is, let's see here.
Oh yeah, that is the thing.
Let me make sure before I go. The new raid, I think, was around It's on the 23rd. Yeah, we got 3 weeks before we talk about that thing.
I can't wait for us to do the good old try join in, and we can just automatically get murked.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. I do
just hour 1.
I do also enjoy the fact that we're going to justify all of my investment in these draconic weapons in order to just become turbocharged on defense. Like, having more defense in the sub slots is going to be nice. And
yeah,
I've always been a fan of the draconic weapons.
It's just that only 2 of them were actual main hands, so they actually saw use.
Well, some of them you see use from them whenever someone does like, hey, I really need to live full auto with like Nightmare 200, for example, or different kinds of solos. High defense is a good thing, but it's not worth giving up your entire opus for.
Yeah, that's the main kicker, because the opus cap is just nice to have overall.
But now you can put it in a sub slot, and like, especially in light and dark, it'll kick a Saphira weapon.
I mean, you kick Saphira weapon a lot of times anyways for a different cap weapon.
Yeah, because it's like the standard things that go in there right now are your Ultima, if you have the privilege of having the upgraded Ultima. If you don't, then your Bahamut weapon goes in there. If you have a New World Foundation, it goes in there. And then if you don't have the other New World Foundation, you sort of shrug and you put a Saphira weapon in there. You're like, okay. So having the option of putting a fully defensively oriented weapon in there is nice. But we'll see how hard it is to get to that point.
And like somewhere around within a month, people will actually like know how the raid works in and out. I just want less cheese methods.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, later, guys, and thank you for joining us.